Mr. MEANA represent one half of the infamous group Partners in Crime. Take one, baby.
Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 10.
10.
My guys. We got my guys in the building, of course. We got my co-host, Slam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hood Scholar. We got Bodie in the building. And before I introduce our guest today, because this is a special guest to me, but before I introduce him, I want to give a shout out to all our sponsors. We want to welcome y'all everybody to Street Talk Convo. And we want to give a shout out to these sponsors. Shout out to Big Shot, one of our sponsors, some of the best drink in the world. Rap Snacks, one of our other sponsors. That's a great pairing too.
Right.
I fucked around and ate the Sweet Heats today. Not a good idea if you don't like hot, trust me. But they was delicious. I also want to give a shout out to Clouds and Cocktails, the Bundle Gang. The Bundle Gang got everything you need with hair, spray, glue, just name some stuff you got.
Your hair care products, you know what I'm saying? You got your growth oil, your curl defining mousse, you have the moisturizing conditioner shampoo, everything you need, everything your old lady need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, Clouds and Cocktails, if you want a hookah pin, edibles, anything like that. Now, getting to the show. This guest, man, listen. I consider a lot of people friends. I consider a lot of people associates. I consider a lot of people partners. This guy I consider is my brother. One of the realest, most honest, upfront, forward, and I would say somebody who I look at as a mentor, somebody I look up to, somebody who I respect, I love, have love for, just in every way. And when you put all of that aside, he's a legend. He's part of one of the most legendary groups the world has seen, but definitely New Orleans has seen.
Yes, sir.
Changed the game, changed the sound, and he is one half of that group. He's a man, he's a husband, he's a father, he's a brother, he's a friend, and overall, he's just a hell of a good guy. And we want to welcome him to the show today, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Mr. MEANA is in the motherfucking building. Yes, Lord.
I never had an intro like that one. That was awesome.
My guy.
I ain't gonna lie, that was big.
Well, I appreciate you.
Who in the hell
being
is he talking about?
We appreciate you being here. So look, man, this Street Talk Convo. Basically, we gonna talk about MEANA. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk a little bit about Partners in Crime. I know you got a book out. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But basically, we just jokes. That's what we do. It's just a whole jokes. You know what I'm saying? We just have conversations. So the first conversation, if y'all want to talk about it, it's Chris Brown and CONVO.
Chris Brown and Quavo.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Because you said something off camera.
All right. I figured, like, what they trying to do is get some beef. Get the event more popping. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't satisfied with just, all right, we're going to have a nice little fashion show. We're going to sit them together and try to trigger Chris. You know what I'm saying? So basically it's putting two black men against each other for no reason.
You familiar with it?
That's my first time hearing about that particular subject. I know they was at odds for a little minute. Not really sure why. You know what I'm saying?
Behind his ex.
Oh, behind stabbing the same girl. Yeah. That's always the problem, bro.
It's always the problem. So I'm going to ask this. Not to get off the subject, but to stray away from the subject. It's a question I have just looking at the subject. Could you be in the same room? Or could you even sit next to somebody that you got real beef with? Not Slam. We know you the hood scholar. We don't, Slam gonna be like, nah, because someone want to shoot the whole family. No, my nigga. Could you be in the, like it's a regular question.
That's the misconception.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like people I'm from the Cali.
Okay.
People that want to get away with shit, like I can see you. Like, do you know how many times you see your enemy?
Yeah.
Could you sit next to
him? Just can't move on him right now.
I can't do that right now. So, and we don't want everybody else to know
that you the one moving on them, right? Real talk.
So we gon' like, no, I'm gonna speak to you. I'll dap you out. Like, how you doing?
Right.
How you doing, sir? So the social media don't see it. Today, everybody want you to know, hey, nah, I'm beef with this nigga. I can't. It's on site. No, it's not on site. Considering I can't get away with it.
So it's not fully on site.
No, it's on site if I can get away with it.
So then it's not fully on site.
It's on site like you said,
if I can get away with it.
So then it's not on site.
It's not on site.
Right. That's
It's
my point.
that's why I said it's on site. ... They're not reading the ...
So it shouldn't be
dot.
nigga that's on site. It should be nigga it's contingent on what's going on around here.
It'll never be that because that's social media niggas.
Yeah, it wouldn't
It's
even
on
be
site.
stated.
No,
Right.
my nigga,
Wouldn't even
we
be
not
stated.
beefing.
Right.
We gonna say to each other we not beefing.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? If I have to, because you got to look at it. If I'm beefing with you, and people know that mean if something happened to me, they know you did it. If something happened to you, they know I did it. We both trying to get away with it.
Right.
Right.
We gonna tell the police, man, I ain't beefing with dude. Like we
Right.
had an
That's
argument.
usually that's how it used
That's
to
how
go.
you yeah.
Exactly.
That's how it used to go.
That's why social media is
Right. It's a whole nother
You ever
game.
sat next to somebody that you had
Yeah, I
real
done
life
sat,
beef with?
I done sat next to UNLV. And well, I ain't gonna say sat next to him, but was in a room with him, at a time.
You always had
We had concerts together. Had to see him, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it was like, it be on the move that you looking to make, the other person. Like I see you, see me,
It depends on
you
what
cool
how
right
feel.
now, I'm cool right now too.
right.
You know
I'm
what
with the
saying?
kids,
Yeah,
you with- you know what I'm
whatever.
saying?
Or it's just be like, this ain't the place for it.
Gotcha.
This ain't the place for that right now. So yeah, I've been
Gotcha.
around
So-
that.
so new babies.
So then by saying that, is beef the new marketing?
For this day and time, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Because they use it for marketing. You know what I'm saying? Such and such got a problem. So everything is broadcast.
Right.
Everything is broadcast.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Or is it something that we still look at, or people still look at as, man, he only doing that shit for, because people do say he only doing that shit for clout, but does that diminish it, or is it still
they still
getting
gonna
clout?
watch
Is it
it.
still working?
Some read through it as clout, and some of it be entertained off the clout that you're trying to gain. Some people entertained by that, and some people see through it at all them niggas. Right. That's fugazi.
So, and just to speak a little bit about you with this type of topic, I know for a lot of people, I saw Perk put something on the page. Shout out to Perk.
Yeah.
He put something on his page saying for a lot of years you've been an A&R in the
Silent,
city.
yeah,
A
silent
A&R.
A&R.
But people don't really understand how much you help people.
Right.
And I'm going to go somewhere with this to add it to this subject. People don't understand how much you help people for nothing.
Right.
Like, just, I'm going to help you.
Right.
Like, I want to see you win. There's not a lot of people that say that and mean it. I believe you mean it.
Right.
But also, you've been a person behind the scenes that's always been positive. Man, look, let's try to fix whatever's going on. So in that type of situation, if you know that there's a person doing something that may be for cloud or maybe for something like that, what are you doing? Like, what is MEANA gonna do to say, you know what, let me see if I can help dude out? Like, if you see that, what are you doing?
Some depending on the situation or who it is, you talking about if it's with me or it's with
No,
two
not
other
with you.
people.
It's not
if
with
it's
you.
with two other people,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
exactly.
and I know both parties, or even if I know one party of it, and I know where he's going at could end his career or put him in some danger or, mess up something for him, like, listen, bro, that shit ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I've been there before. Whoop. I try to get in his ear to try to, like, make him understand, like, the importance of not doing what he want to do or the move he want to go in. And if I know both of them, I'm like, man, listen, bro, y'all too talented for...
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Crashing
Even
off
be on that type time. It ain't even over nothing. You know what I'm saying? Get past it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would try to dead in that. You know what
You
I'm saying?
feel like you are, I don't want to say deemed, but you feel like that was placed upon you to do? Because a lot of times you just do it naturally, bro. Like, I see you do and talk to people and put your hand in situations, and I'm like, people don't do that. It's like they stay to themselves. Like,
Right.
for you, I respect it so much, but I'm trying to see, where does it come from? I'm not to a place where I could do that yet. I'm not to a place where I could reach out to people and say, hey, bro, y'all squash that shit. Or reach out to people and say, hey, bro, I see you going through something. Let me look. I'm not to that place yet, to where I feel like I can do it. You can do it because you got a level of respect. You got a level of love for certain people. So what makes you, what puts that on you to do?
I think it was just the way I came in the game. I came in the game as an underdog, as a person that people kind of counted out. You know what I'm saying? Even as partners in crime, people was like, Big Boy at the time, they didn't want their label to be known for the sound that we do. They was looking for to be like the next Death Row.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it was almost like, just fighting for that for my own self.
Right.
And then when I see it in other people, I just fight for them because I understand the position they're in and just trying to help them get to the next,
That's love, bro. That's love,
Right.
bro. That's love. So, Staying on Partners in Crime. Let's get to Partners in Crime since you mentioned Partners.
What about them guys, man?
Partners in Crime is a legendary group, bro. Partners in Crime to me, and I've said it several times on my page.
Right.
To me, made the best bounce songs.
You talk about that bounce.
Period.
Yeah, you had a big old thing. You had a big old thing about that bounce.
Listen, we could bring it back up. I'm not tripping, but
I never end the topic.
But I've stated several times.
It's easy.
Yeah. This bounce is easy. The new bounce is easy. But we can get to that.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it.
We can get to that. But let me say this first.
We're gonna talk about it.
Because I've stated this prior to me even saying that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, bounce was like
songs, man. Y'all had bounce songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Not versus.
Well, he said bounce. See how I didn't say it, but he brought it up. So right. But listen,
there's a difference.
The Partners in Crime. Back to like y'all was bringing hits and back, and I'm talking about I don't fuck when you made it. They play them today.
Right.
Every time I open your page, y'all performing somewhere.
Right.
Ain't shit changed but the outfits.
Right.
You niggas got the big hats on.
Right. Yeah. We just grew up a little bit. Right. Grew up in the music. Right.
I say, God damn, these niggas is cut at it's a wedding. It's a fucking. I see you niggas performing everywhere. So
birthday parties, concerts.
Explain to us if you can, briefly, how you guys formed and what made you guys say, you know what, we gonna do something that New Orleans ain't seen yet, because I still to this day ain't seen no duo come out of New Orleans for real or be in New Orleans for real. If you think about it,
I don't know, bro. There wasn't no plan.
Fresh and Reckless. I forgot about Fresh and Reckless. They the new.
They gotta endure. They gotta go through some. They gotta go through something.
New Partners in Crime
to see, because we went through this three decades of.
3 decades.
Of working together, like, and never broke up, never separated.
Them niggas ain't been here for the decade and a few years.
Let me say something like me speaking from when y'all came out. Like, keep in mind, like I'm a kid,
right?
So I'm looking at, all right, we got UNLV. Mm-hmm. Y'all come out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we were torn on some shit, like, because New Orleans was segregated.
Yeah,
it's uptown, downtown.
Right.
UNLV representing uptown. That's the sound. Blah blah blah. Then y'all came, and then y'all beefing with them. We like, why they beefing with each other?
Right.
I can't like you if I like them, but then y'all kept coming with them fucking hits
and back to back.
Just this project people.
Right.
I grew up in a project shit. Nigga, like, damn. I can't not like the fucking song, because we go to the DJ, the fucking song gonna
play.
We trying to
again.
We trying to catch the wall
again.
Yeah, we trying to, you know what I'm saying, resist it.
But it's just it's pumping.
Play Pump the Party. I did.
It's in there.
I just got
so
it.
now we listening more. We listening more to, like, well, fuck it. We got 2 uptown people.
Right.
So we were like, all right, we up 2 on downtown. But y'all just kept hitting with the motherfucking, like, god damn, these niggas got songs.
So speak to the Partners in Crime early, like, briefly, and tell us what made y'all say we gonna change some shit up.
We didn't.
Y'all didn't change nothing up?
We didn't say that. We didn't. When, like I said, when I met Kengo, I'm asking him, like, my partner said, you could rap. He was like, yeah, I can. I said, let me hear something. He running these melodies. I'm like, damn, this nigga dope. Out the gate. Right. I was like, boy, with your skill level and my know-how, we gonna give it. You know what I'm saying? Was
it the first time you was hearing somebody do the melodies like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, like the way he was doing it. Like, I was like, because he was like rapping, but kind of singing, right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, it's different. I said, yeah, bro, I'm gonna rock with you, but he was much younger,
right?
Than me. So, after a minute, I got him to get in the club and be able to do the gong shows or whatever, and he, it was just over from there. You know what I'm saying? Because, but we didn't never set out to be like, we about to do something just totally. I didn't even look at it from that perspective of it being different. I just looked at it as being dope. Oh, this dope. This is a dope sound.
Just
Let me try to compliment what you're doing, and let's just go with it. My subject matter was on what he was talking about. He just had his own little way of doing it. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let's combine that, and we're gonna find us a record deal, and we're gonna go from there. But it wasn't never to. In my mind, it wasn't ever that we was changing anything. It was just more like, this is what we are doing.
Right.
So.
Did you know at the time making Pump the Party and all them songs, did you know they was classic? Did you know they would
Hell
be
no.
classics?
Pump the Party was made off somebody trying to tell us, G Slim telling us that we was about to go bullshit in the studio. Oh man, it's their turn. They about to go, you know, because we had sessions set up on Downman Roads on Sound Service, and it was G Slim time. When we come in there, it was like, oh, it's our studio, because Chuck had it locked up like 24 hours down there. So it was our time to do our studio time, and he was like, oh, here they come. What y'all about to pump the party? It was like, can't go Slim, can't like straight off for joking with him. Just joking off him.
That's
made a song.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, you want to try to clown us? Man. Yeah.
That's one of
like that.
That's
and made it off of that and put the energy behind it. And it was really to drive G Slim, bro.
What
like,
was his reaction when y'all made the motherfucker?
He didn't. He left. He left in the mix of us creating the song. But once the song kind of started making this noise, he was like, man, I can't believe this shit.
Yeah, I'd have hit. Every time I seen him.
He was like, y'all dope, bro, because y'all came here joking on this shit and still made us hit out of something y'all was joking on.
You know we still pumping the party. Every time I seen it.
I think that'd be the best work, the shit that you really not taking serious on.
Right.
Shit.
That's why I always tell people have fun with making music. Because it ain't nothing but an exchange of energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you was feeling, that's what the people pick up on. I couldn't have made Pump the Party in the depressed mode.
Right, that's a fact.
I had to be in a little, like, happy mode. I'm in the drive mode. We cutting up. My friends in there with us. They trying to drive him even more. So we going a little harder. That's the energy that people took on. So when they hear the song, they feel like that.
Right.
Yes,
Man, listen, the first song I can imagine and remember that had some type of a intro with no music that made me feel like my hot girl and your hot girl was sitting by the bayou. Say, bro, when that used to hit in stop. When it hits now.
Right.
Not just when it used to hit, but when it was hitting in like the talent shows and shit, niggas used to be like, I don't think I've ever been to a talent show where somebody didn't dance off that song.
Yeah, that's like, to me, that's one of our best songs. It's strong. Like, even in performing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I had to cut Pump the Party off and do the 4+5 part just to have the impact that Block Party have, because the people automatically singing them hoes don't like that. They screaming that off top. So, you know, that was like that was one of the best songs to me, you know, far as impacting with the crowd, like, you know what I'm saying, get the good feedback off of, you know.
I think that's what Bounce missing now. Like, it's no more call and chant. It's just my pussy
bust it over, tripping,
like,
right.
You
So let me ask you this. This is a different question. I just gotta ask you. So when have you Googled Partners in Crime?
No.
Google Partners in Crime, and I won't get your opinion on this. When you Google Partners in Crime, it says that you guys are a pop/hip hop group.
I never saw that. I never even Googled
Google it, bro.
Like, that's funny.
I know it's kind of crazy because niggas don't Google. So I gotta say,
I don't really Google myself. like, let me see what they saying about me.
Let me bring this. I gotta bring this up. This is how honest dude is, and this is how real dude is, and I'm gonna keep it all the way above. I told this story on the 3D Not T episode.
Okay.
But now that you're sitting here, I can tell it with you sitting here actually. You hit me up. You was like, you know, bro, I know you talented, you know, but what you doing with it? Like, just like I said earlier, you don't fuck around, like, you want to help people.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, I'm just, you know, trying to do what I do. Dude said, let's go sit. We went to
City Park?
Cafe Du Monde, City Park. A man told me to my face, this is when the respect went from here to through the roof. The man said, yeah, you know, I used to always see you and, you know, passing by and your sister and them rapped and, you know, your daddy be there by. I always just thought you was like a little arrogant little nigga. So I ain't want to fuck with you.
Right.
Like, he told me this.
Right.
And me being a person that speaks my mind, I can only respect that. You know, it's like a man seeing another man saying, damn, I appreciate, to the point where, excuse me, he would tell me things and he would give me advice. And I could only, you know, I put out an album. Everybody, man, that bitch hard, that bitch this. I talked to him. He said, that bitch fire. However, you need to structure your shit this way and do this. And I was like, damn. And sure enough, he said, when you do the next one, call me. Right. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're
I
right
called
about
him.
everything.
That nigga pulled up to every session I had, and then they was put in order because of him.
Right. And we talked about the order, and then what we talked about, it made sense to
It
you.
made sense.
The example I gave you was
even
like,
the Luck in the,
boy, that
even the
make a
Luck
lot
in the
of
Truck
sense.
album. He was
Right.
like, man, make that bitch, make it sound like a whole day.
Take me there.
Yeah, take me to the and so I'm saying that to say I'm asking him, did he Google himself?
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy because I'm the nigga he was calling arrogant. So I definitely Googled myself. I ain't gonna fucking lie. And he didn't tell me I wasn't arrogant. I mean, he just was like, I just always thought you're an arrogant nigga. I'm like, nah. He was like, but you know what I'm saying? You're just really passionate. He was like, nah, but you got a little arrogance about you. It's cool though. But he told me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah, y'all are hip hop pop artists. But okay, well, let me ask you this: with you not knowing, what do you feel about that?
If it don't make no dollars, it don't make no sense. You know,
right?
Like, that's how I am with it. The legend shit, all that. Like, bro, you know, I'm still in the struggle of it. You know what I'm saying? Like 30 years later, I'm still on the grind. Like, you know, trying to. I'm grateful that I still have the opportunity that people would still book me, but I still feel at the bottom of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't get our fair share break. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't because we wasn't offered it. You know what I'm saying? We just was more like standing on some business that we knew too soon.
Right.
You know, some people got opportunities that was presented to them and they didn't know what they deserve or what they supposed to get. So they took some deals that we knew better than sometimes. You know, it's like a gift and a curse. It's like you know too much.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you know about publishing and then somebody else don't know about the publishing side and they take that deal. Right. They made it, they got successful, but they didn't get no publishing. But you know, man, you're not supposed to take that.
Right.
And you stand on that and you don't get the deal. So, you know, that's the type of situations we was in. You know what I'm saying? We just knew a little bit too much early.
Do you think, like we used to have a discussion about a certain deal, like, and we put it in like a street context. Like,
everything.
I'm going to let, because it makes sense.
Right.
My dog put
I might let you fuck me on this one.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Because down the line, like, I know I can make another this. So I'm going to let you have that, but I'm gonna rape you on the rest of these motherfuckers. Would you think y'all saw something that y'all could have? Hey, I'm not 2024 now. I'm speaking like we would speak back in the day.
Right.
Like we.
I teach that to youngsters now. Like, you know, like that's a mistake I made.
Like I'm gonna give you one.
The mistake I made was like, you know, it's like almost play dumb to get where you're trying to go at, so that you can get the last laugh or whatever may be the case. You know better, so you're gonna do better as you're moving. But all right, I'm gonna play dumb to get in the door right here. You know what I'm saying? Get myself in a position so that once I'm in a position, I can be kind of like I know what I'm supposed to have or whatever. So yeah, I didn't know that though. I didn't have those mentors at the time to tell us like, y'all playing it wrong. Right. You know, you should do it this way, bro. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? You're young. You're going to restructure this deal. This going to happen. You're going to be able to do this. And you're going to, you know, because if you look at some of the stories of some of the people that have made it, they're in a time where they can restructure their deals. Snoop done restructured a lot of deals. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Lil Wayne done restructured deals. Like a lot of people that deals wasn't too good in the beginning, they got in a position now that they still on top and they kind of got the deal the way they wanted to go now. Right. So, yeah, when I talk to artists now, I be like, you got to give up something. See, I didn't want to give up nothing.
Right.
Oh, no, I know everything. No, they say this. You know, I was in college, bro. I had a professor that was kind of telling me, like, make sure this, make sure that. You know, so I'm coming back to the label saying, nah, we need this, and that. They were like, where is that nigga learning all this from? You know, plus I'm learning, like, what's going on with the label that I'm with. And I'm like, I'm seeing Mystical get a deal, this and that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking and learning like, nah, they didn't do this or he didn't do that. I should, you know, so when our opportunity come, I'm like, I need this, because I don't want, you know, it's like when you're young, you don't want to be played when you know you're getting played.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted you to understand that.
Because with the songs that y'all make, like, bruh, it's easy because y'all came out with more shit. The shit with Miss T and all that. The white. That's something like, bruh. Like, no, they should have took whatever just to get there, not get totally
go
paid.
get.
You got to get a label. Something. Most artists, they don't want to get a label. Nothing.
We just didn't know. We just didn't know that at the time.
He's my brother, and I love him to death. But the worst person told me to get Mystical told me, gotta get raped. You got to get bent over.
Yeah.
Now, at this time, it's the worst person to fucking tell me.
Tell me that, yeah. The irony in that.
The irony in it. Like,
Right. You can't, yeah.
I came in with my dick in my hand. Hold up, you just told me to get
Makes sense, though.
But he did tell me, he said, no, I'm saying, hold up, listen.
This is a stupid dude,
I love him
bro.
to death. I love him to death.
I know you do,
I love
bro.
him to death. But at that time,
that's crazy.
You know, but he told me, he said, listen, this is really what he told me, true story. He said, you're going to get raped. You got to bend over. And I'm like,
that's how you talk.
and if you know him, he's doing other shit.
He's animated with it.
Animated. Right. You gotta get bent.
He's always
over.
mystical.
And I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, what do you mean? No. Stop what you're doing. What do you mean by that? And he just basically said, well, he didn't even answer that first. He said, this is what he said. But don't have a baby by him. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And it made so much sense. He said, what I'm telling you is, you're gonna get raped in this industry. Mm-hmm. Somebody's gonna rape you, not physically, but somebody's gonna take something from you. Don't let it be for a long time.
Right.
Don't let it be for 18 years like you would have a baby from. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But so what you're saying, I didn't have the use, meaning you, like a lot of people do now, and I think a lot of people should listen to you because you give the best advice. You don't, and you know how to say it. You're not telling a nigga, you're gonna get raped, bend over. Like, you're saying it the right way.
It just come, I guess, with a level of maturity. You know what I'm saying? As I matured in the game, I understood like what we did wrong, and what we did right. But I feel like people can learn more from what I did wrong than right, because some of the stuff that we did right, those rules have changed. That right don't even work that way no more. Right. But the wrong is always going to be the same wrong. Like, it's funny that's how it go, but, so I tell people from some of the mistakes I made, like, don't do that, bro. I'm telling you, I'm putting you years ahead of the game if you go this route. Some listen, some don't. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. I don't. That's why I don't manage artists. I just mentor, because I don't want to be, like, in control of your career. I just want to give you advice. You use it the way you need to use it, and we go from there.
Right. I can totally attest to that, bro. You've never, as a matter of fact, I even asked you one time.
You won't manage?
Well, damn, bro, I'm like, bro. He was telling me this, do this. I'm like, well, damn, bro, why you just don't manage me? The nigga basically was like, nigga, I got a shows this week.
I'm still an artist.
So, but I'm saying that to agree and to attest to what he's saying is true. That's him. Like, do this. I got shit I got to do, but I'm helping you this way. Go do this, do that. Right. And like, bro, like I'm going to just keep saying it, bro. Like, if people don't understand that they could use a person like you with them, I tell you all the time. If I get a big check tomorrow, what's going to happen?
Yeah, you cutting me into something.
I'm going to write him in. He's going to get a piece for some reason. I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? If Joe Budden picked this fucking show up and he say, bro, I want to put this on the JBP, I got to get my man a cut somehow. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. I want to ask you one more thing about the pop when we come back, about being a pop artist, but then we're going to get into your book. No, I'm going to ask you, and then we're going to get into your book. So we're going to take one quick break. We got Mr. Mean in the building. We'll be back in a second. You did. All right, man, we back. You know what I'm saying? We got the legend in the building, Mr. MEANA. One half.
What does that mean? What
legend? Are you a legend? That means you've done something legendary.
Right.
That's what I think it means. A legend means to me that you've done something legendary.
Right.
And you'll always be remembered. You take, and I'm going to say this and then we can move to the next thing since you asked the question. You take a person like Lenny Williams. Power Tower may not be legends, but he's got a legendary song.
Right.
Girl,
I know.
He's a legend. He's a fucking legend.
Right.
So you may not have done a lot, but you've done something legendary.
That people can always remember you by.
Now, in y'all's instance, I'm not using that as an example, but in y'all's instance, y'all have done a number of legendary. Y'all have a bunch of legendary songs. Right. Y'all a legendary group. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
I get it. I'm glad you broke it down, because, I don't toot, my own horn like that. Right. I just want to hear from people what they think or what they believe. I could kind of know whatever I may have done, but I'm not. I don't get off on that. I get more from what you say about it. Like,
I tell you what, I answer it quicker than that. It's people that made songs prior. It's people that made songs after y'all.
Right.
That ain't doing shows no more.
Right. A lot of them.
Y'all still doing shows.
Right. Yeah,
Y'all
that's still alive. That's still alive.
There
Y'all
you go.
have impactful shit. Like,
And when you get on stage, you niggas still rocking it. So
I just be saying that. I just be saying I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be like. I'm blessed. Like, you know, because people don't have to like it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's down at 30 years old. So you know, people don't have to like that, but they choose to. So I just feel like I'm in a blessed situation with that. But yeah, let's go.
So I want to ask you this before we start talking about your book and all of that stuff. We going back to that other question, the pop. When we Google you, we see, you know, Partners in Crime as a pop/hip hop group. What do you think about Mos Def calling Drake pop? I'm saying he's not hip hop. I don't know. If
I think he's hip hop. And he's pop. I think he you know, I think Drake is a hip hop artist that went pop.
So you don't feel like it was a slight him calling him pop and not hip hop?
I mean, because it's coming from one of them boom bap rappers like that you know, those rappers that, you know, base hip hop off a drum and you know what I'm saying, a cadence and certain things like that. You know, like he's the essence of, like, you know, Mos Def come from that's Mos Def we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
He come from the essence of what hip hop is based around.
Yeah.
So of course he looking at like, man, shit Drake doing ain't considered hip hop, because, you know, they kind of stuck on hip hop being what they made it out of or where they come from with it. But Drake is hip hop. Drake could give you some balls and have you like, God damn.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then he'll just go to next level with it, with his skill level. You know what I'm saying? So, I look at Drake as a pop artist. I mean, a rap or a hip hop artist that also crossed over into a pop lane.
So he was saying, and this is how I feel. He was saying that his music is played in like Target and shit like that. I don't see that as a bad thing.
Who music?
Drake's. Like,
okay, great.
That's why I say that's why I'm sitting here like
starting to sound like hate.
I don't know that that's a bad thing.
It's starting to sound like hate. Like, you know, because if they played your music in Target, what would be the difference?
I don't see the difference.
I think they could play his music in a Target. Like, tell you the truth, Mos Def got that kind of music too.
He not extra motherfucking hardcore hip hop. He got crossover songs.
Yeah, songs,
absolutely.
right.
Like, so,
and then you know what? A crossover song a lot of times don't necessarily be up to you to cross it over.
Nah, it's on the people that buy into it.
Yeah, it's the people that if it's a bunch of suburban
Kids
12-year-old white kids
love
that
it.
like it, it's crossed over. But the shit 50 and none of 50's first album was a crossover album, except for like probably Wankster. And all of that shit was crossed over.
Right, yeah. Every
white boy was wearing G-Unit.
Yeah, right.
it was a pop album.
Yeah, exactly.
It was popular.
But
Yeah.
now you're not gonna hear many men in Target.
So what you rate? That's what
You're not
pop
gonna be
is to you,
shopping
right?
at Many
Short
Men.
for popular, right?
Yeah, it's pop means popular. When hip hop took over the charts and
It
this
became
what
pop.
we listening to,
Right.
that's pop. You know what I'm saying? If I can make these songs, that's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all songs, they would have. To this day, you can play that. You can just implement the motherfuckers and just drop them in the
Hell
playlist.
yeah.
Right.
They're gonna catch on to it. It's popular. I'm watching all these people from other states and cities use our shit.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I was like 12 years old when I heard this shit.
Right.
You ain't saying nothing new, my nigga, but
Right.
give people credit that
That made it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
just take their stuff, right?
So speaking of popping,
Pop.
I had a question. Pussy in a Can, bro. Can I get the backstory on Pussy in a Can?
Okay,
We've
Puss in
never
the
had this
Can. Puss in the
conversation
Can came from this. So I was offered a deal. We had a song called "Ride It, Roll It."
Mm-hmm.
We was offered a deal with Cash Money Records. We go up to Cash Money office. You know, we didn't do the deal.
Right.
You know, it's in a book. I wrote about that. We decided not to do the deal for whatever reason, right? So, baby gave me a call and he was like, "Hey man, would y'all like to come open up for UNLV at the Big Easy?" I'm like, fucking right. Like, you know, I'm a fan of UNLV. Yes, indeed. They got the new album about to drop. I think 6 and Barone, something like that. Maybe it was about to drop. We go out there, we do it. We do Ride It, Roll It. I got the colors fitted up with the trues and voles. Can't go say some shit like that in his verse. Then they come up. Everybody's jocking UNLV style. Why you're bragging to your boy about the trues and voles. They go to Perkin. I'm like, oh, them niggas dissing us.
Point at y'all.
Never was saying our name though. But you bragging to your boy about the trues and voles. You know, like everybody jocking UNLV style. Like, oh, we want to be like them. That's what they was feeling. So that's how the song went. I'm like, damn. So I go home. The U is for unknown, and it's for nothing else. It's for like, you know, Puss in the Can, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. That's what we named it.
on with that one.
And came back, and we did it the next week in the Big Easy. And then that's how Big Boy Records wound up. They did a night in there. We did that same song again. He was like, "Oh no, we got to sign them."
Right.
And that's how we got the deal.
So you got signed off of it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: was that like we was talking about earlier, the how the beef plays into some type of marketing? Was that any marketing decision?
I don't
making that song?
I don't even think that Chuck bought into it off the beef because, like I said, Chuck wasn't even worrying about.
No. I'm not talking about from their standpoint. I'm talking about, did the marketing play in any role in y'all, or was y'all just like, nah, we just want to get this out off them niggas?
I just wanted to get it. I ain't even know nothing about marketing.
Right.
I'm just being real.
If you want to say that story, the teenage me, I thought y'all was like
was hating on them because they never said our name. That's why we had so much vengeance for them, because like I was a fan of them.
Right.
And so I was a little hurt behind. Damn, I'm like, nigga, set me up. Get me to come here, open up for these dudes, and they go off on us, right? And I ain't know about it. Y'all already on. So I felt played by it. That's why we went hard as pissing on the set the whole nine.
Y'all ever had a conversation?
Ooh.
You and them. Y'all and them.
Talking about to the day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my brothers, man.
But I'm saying, have y'all ever had a conversation about that actual?
I interviewed him.
Did they ever say like
I interviewed him on the podcast.
Or did they finally say?
Yeah, I say him. I don't think it went like that. And I'm like, yeah, you was going through some little mental issues around that time. Real talk. No disrespect to him because I love him like a brother. But he was going through some shit. He had lost his mom.
Right.
He used to be going to a crazy house. I'm like, you was out the loop on some of this shit, you know what I'm saying? So we know how it went.
He probably was just thinking
I wasn't smoking weed, I wasn't drinking liquor, I was like clear-headed through that whole little time. So I remember it because I was the one affected by it. I was hurt about that. Like I'm like, damn, these niggas set us up like the shit is, shit on us like that. So I felt like I gotta avenge this. So I didn't know that we was gonna get a record deal behind that, but it was just to go back in that club and make those people know this how we feel about them. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man. Damn.
That's fire.
Like,
I think it's fire.
Yeah. So we knew nothing about marketing, none of that. I'm just saying, this the early part of the game. We know nothing about the business. We just trying to make songs to get heard.
You answering my teenage question.
So yeah, I'm about to say. So you said it's in the book.
Yeah, I break the whole story down.
Speak on the book. Give me the title and tell me about the book.
The book is called Untold, a Story of an Unknown Legend. And some people ask me, like, why you say unknown legend? That's why, when you saying legend, I'll be like, how I feel to you? Or,
That's how you feel.
Because to me, it's like, I feel, that legend sound like a word, but it don't feel like nothing.
Yeah,
I should have brought it.
There's a cover of the, you ain't got to bring it. It's right here.
Yeah, okay.
They diluted the word a lot. You know what I'm saying? They use legend for everything.
Yeah, it's like, it's so water whipped to me now. Like, everything is legend. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm the unknown legend because meaning like I've been around the world. I've toured with Mystical. I've toured with Juvie. Toured on our own, accord. But some people just don't know us still. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the impact that we have Southern region, because I'm not going to just say we are New Orleans based. We kind of Southern region based. But, they don't know us like that throughout the world. Right. So I'm like, but my story is, something that's big for the world. Like I've beefed with two of the biggest moguls in hip hop, Master P, Baby from Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? I've had differences with them, like, you know what I'm saying? Little old me, that's how I feel, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like my story got some significant to the world. Like, so I'm unknown to y'all in the world, but I'm a legend in the city, but to the world I might be unknown. So that's why it's called Untold, a story of an unknown legend. Like, y'all might not know about me, but when y'all read this story, y'all gonna learn a lot about who we are and where I come from. Yeah.
So one of the questions I want to ask about the book, I want to know if how extensively you talk about this in the book, if at all, because I think a lot of people need to know about this story. I don't know how many people know, but we've had conversations, myself and Kango have had conversations, and, I've watched y'all talk about it a number of times, talk about the Nelly situation.
I ain't really speak on that too heavy.
No, not
you know why I didn't speak on it too heavy in the book? Because to me it's almost like it's Kango's story. To me,
right? Because he was
the one singing those hooks, and that was his style of rap. I think I might have mentioned it lightly, but I didn't go in depth on it because I feel like he still got his own story to tell, right. So I didn't, if I did speak on it, it was more like, Nelly got a deal, that was like out, almost that we was offered, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't go into details about the sound, about going to St. Louis, things of that nature, because it's really his. It's his story to tell.
You just got
I just was a part of it with him, but it was more like his story because it was his sound.
Right.
I wasn't down. I wasn't bang bang Bigelow. Down baby. Like that wasn't. You see what I'm saying? That was his thing. So I would let him tell that side of the story.
Got you. So what prompted you? Like I understand the legends thing, and you want to, you feel like it's people that still don't know y'all and all of that. But what prompted you to say, you know what? I'm not gonna do it in what a lot of us do as artists. We put them feelings in songs, or we put them feelings in a we'll do a movie or whatever the case is. What prompts you to say, you know what, I'm gonna do mine in a book. I want to tell mine through a book, because a lot of people don't know how you're a very intelligent dude, so it makes sense to me. But for the people, like, what made you say, you know what, I'm gonna go the book route?
This is what I look at as books. Sometimes I get on stories of people 50 years later, and it's through a book.
Right, that's a fact.
And I was like, if I'm gonna tell my story, I'm gonna tell it. I'm not. That's why it's an autobiography, not a biography. I don't want nobody to tell my story. Nobody could tell my story like myself. Right. So I wanted to put that out, and I wanted to leave that legacy for my kids, at least something that they can always say, this is my daddy's story.
Right.
Like, somebody want to make a movie about it, they're gonna have the rights to use that or whatever, because the story is dope and is deep in its own ways. Like, the way I tell a story, the way I break it down, like, to people, is like I try to make everybody find themselves in that book, because I'm you and you me somewhere. Some things we got that done happen similar, and I went through that. So I try to be vulnerable enough in the book to let people know I went through this. You know what I'm saying? Child abuse, this, that. Like, I got a lot of deep shit in there. Like, some people ask me, what's your favorite subject in the book? I'm like, the first chapter, because that's a part that probably only me and my mama know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then it helps you understand who I am. Some people have met me as the rapper,
right?
And they feel like they know me, but not knowing where I come from to be the way I am. Some people like, man, that nigga kind of outspoken, or he kind of feisty, or he jump at shit too quick, but not knowing, like, oh, if you read this story, you're going to understand, oh, I see why dude was like that. He was picked on. He was a red dude. He lived in a project. He had to fight early. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no big brothers. So you get into those stories and you start understanding the mindset of the person. And, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is defining me right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when people ask me what's my favorite part of the book, I'm like, it's the first chapter of the book. It made me who I really am. That people may know, that, or who feel like they may. Right. I know that person. I know the rapper, but you don't know where the rapper come from. So I just think the foundation is the most concrete part.
Read the book now, especially you answering that LV question, because I would have went on like, y'all started picking.
Yeah, really, I was a fan of those brothers.
So let me tell you what's intriguing, or what I just think is astonishing about you. You are one of the few people in music and just in life that I feel, this is me personally, feel that if anybody's watching you, or if anybody needs a mentor or somebody to look up to, you can't find everything that you can find in you, which is why I have so much love and respect for you, because a lot of times you can't find. So I can look to you, and just an example, I can look to you for business, because you're going to tell me the smartest thing to do for business. I can look to you to say, hey, bro, help me out with this album right quick. Tell me what type of tracks you need, or what like I did before. You know what I'm saying? Where should I place this, or whatever. I can also look to you as a man, and you can look me in my eyes and say, hey, I did this, that the right way, so I can look to you that way. But there's also another piece that a lot of artists can't look to. People can't look to that artist, and like you as a husband, you as a father. Like, I can also look to you, and you ain't got to tell me nothing. I say it all the time. I say it to you, bro. Right. You are an example of when the way you are with your wife is an example of what I want to be with my woman.
Right.
The way you are with your kids, it's almost like, and I know it's all social media or whatever, but it's like you never miss a beat. You look on there and you see like I said, you see the performances. You know the legend, you know the songs, you know all of that.
Right.
But you also see you with your child. You at all events. Right. And then you just see you just randomly dancing with your wife. This is something that there's not very many people can look at like that. That's giving an example for it all. Because somewhere along the line, they're going to be like, don't look at, because he's doing that wrong. He doing the other shit right, but he's doing that wrong.
Right.
But with you, it's like, I can look at you and be like, damn, dude, it's like I could try to model myself every way after that.
Well, I'm a half a century in the game, bro. You know?
Damn.
I'm 51, bro. And, I've been through a lot, like, you know what I'm saying, in those relationships with children. See, I have 4 daughters. So I have 2 daughters that live outside the house with me, and I have 2 daughters that live inside, in the house with me. You know, so I have 2 baby mothers and a wife, right? So I've made my mistakes.
Right.
To a level where when in this situation that y'all see my in-house story is because I've learned from the things I did wrong with the other 2 kids that made it kind of a little better for the kids that's in-house with me. You know, so I don't have a problem with being, you know, honest with people like about it. All this was a learning curve for me.
It's in the book?
Yeah, I break all of it down. Like, you know, I go into, like, you know, how I met my wife, what we went through, you know, and how we got to the level we on now, you know what I'm saying? Right. And like it's basically simple, you know. I just found a friend in her.
Shit, that's enough to buy the book itself.
You know, it was just that simple to me, but I had to find a friend. And then I started being like, who am I with my friends? I'm loyal to my partner. I'm not going to backstab you, bro. You're my partner. I'm not going to talk behind your back. I'm not going to stab you. So when I started hurting a woman that I call my friend, it started feeling like, damn, I'm dogging her. And you know what I'm saying? And I don't do none of my partners this, you know what I'm saying? So I started looking at her different. Then I started seeing who was really in my corner, who was really there. This woman put everything on the table. This is all I got. This is everything I got right here. You know, you do what you need to do with it, but this is everything I got. You know, and I'm like, I ain't finding it.
Can I? I just heard you say something, and I just want to ask y'all, can I stay on subject but jump off it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just have to ask this question because I had this conversation with a few of my partners a few times. Can you fully trust your partner if you know he dogging his wife?
It's funny because all right, I'm going to go here.
Go there.
At one time in my life, I was more loyal to my partners than any woman I ever dated.
Right.
So I could say, you know, judging off of that side of it, because I was with the bros, over hoes, like for real. It was like, that was like in me, married and everything. My partner, my niggas, like, you know. So I could believe that a person could be your partner for real, even though he dogging his woman out, because it's the way they view it. You know, sometimes people don't be friends with their woman. Right. Their woman just be there for sex, food, eye candy. It's like convenience. It's certain things. And your partner there for, man, that's my nigga. You know, I'm vulnerable to you. Man, I ain't got nothing. I'm on my ass right now. And some of them don't even want that woman to know that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah, so that's why it could be more like I'm more in with my partner than I am with my girl.
I'm believing that, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, right now, in present day, like, I tell people, oh, my life was a lie. You know what I'm saying? Because you realizing certain shit that I've done for certain people, and that light bulb come on, and you like, nah. So I start looking at different people. So when we talk about different subjects in life, it's because in present day, this is what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the whole time, like, I knew it, but we be in denial.
You don't want it to be that way.
Right.
I don't want to say fell out, but me and my partner rarely speak now because one day it was crazy, and I'm gonna be quick. Tell you why I said this, because one day a chick that I knew, that he knew, he was trying to talk to a friend, whatever. He inboxed the one I knew, and he was like, "Man, I heard y'all was coming down here, blah 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 blah." She was like, "Yeah, we coming." He was like, "Man, hit me up, man, blah 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 blah." And so he never told me. Right. I asked her. I mean, she told me. She was like, "Hey, look," she sent me the screenshots and everything. So I'm like, bro, I don't care, but you supposed to at least be like, "Hey, bro, you know, I'm about to shoot," or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever the case may be.
So you shooting at the one that you want, or he was trying
this the thing.
Go through her for the other one?
That I don't know.
Right.
But she told me. So regardless of what he was doing, if he would have told me, he could say whatever he's doing. But since she told me, I gotta believe
it looks
he wasn't clear with his intention with her.
So listen, when I asked him, I said, "Bro, keep it a buck with me." He was like, he just came right out. He was like, "Yeah, I hit her up." He was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying, old girl, blah, blah, blah." I said, "But look, what you put, you didn't even mention old girl."
Yeah.
Like, He was like, and his exact words to me was, "Dog, you think I'll do some like shit like that? Go behind your back?" And my exact words to him was, "You cheat on your wife all the time. You love her more than me."
Right.
So that's why I have that feeling in my mind, like,
love her more than you.
but I'm saying, but he might not. Though. Like that's what's so funny about that, because it's maybe because you married to him, you thinking that's your wife, so you don't do right by her.
Right,
but
he might
some
not.
some people be with their wives off convenience, like he said.
and he said, "Nigga, that's different, nigga." He was like, "Nigga, I never fuck over you." Right. I'm like, "You fuck over her?" He's like, "Nigga, that's different. Trust me."
And you just couldn't grasp that.
I couldn't grasp it.
You know why I'm saying him saying that's different? You don't know what she's doing.
Or what he's dealing with her.
Him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a man could stay for a long time, even though we checked out. We don't want the public to know that we out of this relationship.
Gotcha.
So you don't know what she's doing.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? But trust me, that's why he just hit you with the one line, like, man, you really think I'll do that to you?
Right. Yeah, so that could happen. I mean, so I believe it. I think that you could love your partners more than the one you're with. The girl you with, at least.
But he could have had more clarity, though. He could have.
Yeah, he could have.
I'm trying to get to you to that.
That was like 8 years ago, bro. Just stays on my mind.
Get back cool with the man.
Yeah,
get back cool with that man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need to go out. Right. But I want to ask you this, bro. Because like we was talking about earlier, Perk made a post and he said, you was a secret A&R, which I just think that was the perfect way to put it.
Yeah, I was surprised to wake up to that.
Yeah, it was perfect the way he said it, because it was the honest truth. But if you could, what's something, like if you could sit in front of an artist, like, and you like, man, I like their music, I like your look, I like your sound, whatever. Give me what's the first part of the conversation you give them? If you only got an hour.
If I like them as an artist?
Yeah, and you see they're not, they're just starting out, and they like, man, I just been wanting to sit down with you, big bro. Like, give me some advice. If they just look at you and say, give me some advice, what's like the first part of that conversation?
What you want?
Like,
I think my first question would be like, what you looking for out of this game? Mm-hmm. And that's to see if they're looking for a quick lick, longevity. I got a passion for this. This is what I dreamed about all my life. I just love music. See, I try to get into the mindset to see who I'm dealing with out the gate. Like, what you looking for out the game? Take care of my family, whatever. I just be wanting to see that. Then I go into, music structure, you know what I'm saying? Like, you rap, you do R&B, break all that down. And next thing you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to lock some business for them up, like, for them business. Like, well, you got your song, make sure you get the song published and go through this, and it's the best one to deal with due to these reasons, whatever, like that. It's just things like to try to see if they open to listening, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll just build a relationship from there. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, off the first conversation of dealing with an artist, I'm just trying to get to feel them out, feel how they, how they make me feel from talking to them, and then from there, naturally, we'll just go into mode on what's needed to be done accordingly.
Would you ever be an A&R for a label?
Yeah. That's the job I desire to have. It's funny.
Oh, so that's the one
I
you
want
really
that.
want.
I want to do that because I get an enjoyment of, going get talent and working with them and just trying to get the best out of them, because I don't write for them. You know that. It ain't about writing. It's about pushing. It's about digging out of you what's in you. Like, where I see, man, come on, man, you can come on. You can come better than that.
A lot of people don't know you was the driving force behind BTY Young.
Yeah. That was
a lot of people don't know that.
Right, yeah. And, but, it was the relationship, you know what I'm saying, like, too, that you build with these people, you know what I'm saying? Just him trusting me, I'm trusting him. And sky's the limit from that point, because he know I got his best interests at heart, and I know he gonna hold me down when I speak on his name, like, Young gonna do this. He gonna deliver. You see what I'm saying? So it's just about matching that up. Like, if I can go brag hard for you, you got to be able to come deliver for me.
I think you would be an excellent A&R too, because you know the business and you were an artist.
Right.
So a lot of times them A&Rs they have a good ear, and that's it. They're not artists. So they can't really understand an artist's plight a lot of times. So they'll go find good music or they'll find good artists, but they don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't get a good feel. I think you were/are an artist, so that in itself would make you a great A&R, aside from the fact of the type of man you are.
Yeah, I like it, bro. I just love that part of creation, like, you know what I'm saying, developing, like, looking at all this, and then seeing them achieve something, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's levels to everything that we're doing, so just to see them get from one to the next, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, boom, you know, got a great track record
Excellent
with artists, you know. I work with some of them went all the way. Like, you know, shout out to my girl Ambre Perkins, bro. You know, she
Ambre.
cool,
You work with Ambre?
Yeah,
she's hella dope.
Yeah, she dope. I saw it. You know, her cousin introduced me to her, and I was like, I was blown away.
Yeah,
you know, and I was just trying my best with her. You know what I'm saying? But she had other people that she was working with, Duwande, you know, that was doing the beats and stuff like that. But I was like just more on the side of mentoring, trying to help connect things. You know, just doing my due diligence with, Wild Wayne. Like, when you get somebody up there, let them hear her.
Right.
You know, stuff like this. Like, Wild Wayne, you do all these interviews with these people.
Yeah,
let
man,
them hear,
send me the song,
let them hear this. And if they like it,
right.
you know, if something was to happen, I'll cut you in on a situation to get paid off it. You know, it's all business at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, he did it for me. T-Pain. Man, who is this girl?
Right.
Oh, MEANA. She, you know, so that's how I was working with.
Are they doing enough of that?
I mean, they, you know, you got to push the issue. I mean,
They gonna say
sometimes people don't. I mean, but if you're pushing the issue the right
He one of
way,
the only solid niggas, bro.
No, I'm saying as far as like how you could reach out to Wild Wayne.
I'm telling you, he one of the only solid niggas, bro.
But reaching how back in the day, that was the same problem.
Hey, let me tell you what I be having to tell this nigga. He be like, man, hit up such a nigga. You hit him up. Like,
Yeah,
he don't
you
understand.
have the
Listen, this
relationship.
nigga, and before we go, I just want to say, before we go to the next segment, because next time we're going to talk about you and what you got going on and all that. But I just want to say this right quick. You are one of the few people that can walk in any room in this industry, that can talk to anybody. You don't have no beef. You don't have no issues with nobody. Everyone respects you. I need you to understand that.
Some of them.
No, a lot of them respect you, even if they don't say it. Most of them respect you. And it's easier for you to walk in these doors and do that stuff. So that, to me, so when I ask you, you say, can they still do that? No, he's one of the very few real.
Like, not from that standpoint, as far as like how the VJs, they touch every damn body, and when niggas coming from everybody, they gonna go and be like,
let them listen to a song.
But I think it's gotta be structured business to a level of a person feeling like there's a benefit in what they're doing.
Right.
See, I offered the benefit to them, like, listen, bro, if I can lock something up from this situation, it's gonna be beneficial for you. You know, find this fee 5%, something coming to you. You know, you got that, and then you got to be a person that your word is buying with them to a level where they looking like, I know dude gonna be solid on where he at.
And that's where the breakdown.
Because we don't have a contract in place off of you.
Right.
Just got to be off of handshakes and eye contact, and you like, I know you're gonna stand on it.
Business, like, I learned that from the street.
But that's where the breakdown comes.
You're not gonna do it for nothing.
It's gonna work with him because of who he is.
Right.
A lot of other people, it'll fall by the wayside.
Yeah, because niggas don't want to pay the other person nothing.
Facts. And we about to go to break.
You're killing me with that one.
We'll be back in a minute to get an understanding of what he got coming up next and what Partners in Crime got coming up, and where we could buy this book and where we could find everything at. You dig?
He said,
whenever you're ready. And we back. Man, this has been an amazing conversation.
That's dope.
My big brother been here, man, Mr. MEANA. Just, who gonna drop gems? Whenever we talk, he gonna drop gems. So it was just a blessing to have him here talking and extensively talking on some other stuff. And he's gonna keep it real. There's a lot of people not gonna keep it real. They're gonna say the right thing. They're gonna be political. Right. Dude is going to keep it real, and he's gonna say how you feel. I remember, shout out to Subtweet Sean, but he was doing a interview on his podcast, which we'll let him tell you about the podcast he does. And he was like, well, I don't want to say no names. And MEANA was like, why, Luck? I can say his name. He was like,
Right.
But and the nigga was, and my partner was like, man, nigga said your name. I'm like, he can though.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to, because that's what a man's gonna do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just, respect you for that. But I want you to, before we go, bro, I want you to tell the people, tell them what else, Partners in Crime got coming up, I really want you to tell them where they can find the book, and I want you to speak on your podcast. Give all that right quick.
Partners in Crime, first of all, this is the 30th year of PNC 3. So we're going to re-release We re-releasing the PNC3 album.
That's hard.
We're looking to do some videos for some of the songs that never been done, like Pump the Party, things of that nature. Never had a video.
That's
so
crazy.
we want to do a video for it.
Never had a video for Pump the Party.
I think that's gonna be a whole nother.
You know, we're gonna do a little bit of all of them. Like Tell Me Why, like all the songs that that was hit songs that never Block Party. None of these never had videos. So we go. You know, so this is the 30th year of that project. It came out in '94. It's 2024.
That's
30
fire,
years later.
Bro. That's
So
amazing.
that's what look for. We might add a few new songs that we got to the project as a bonus, and just re-release that music, bro. With something new, some new added songs a little bit to it, of today's time. What else you say? Oh, the book. The book is online.
Put it right here, Slam. Bodie.
It's online at Walmart, online at Amazon, Barnes and Noble. But I prefer y'all come get it from Shop Graffiti. That's ShopGraffeetee.com, because I can make some money with it. Like when they go the other route, I don't really make no money that way. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still appreciate if that's where you choose to spend your money, and it's cool. But if you could come my way,
if they purchase it, can they inbox you and come get it signed?
Yeah, they can inbox me and get some books. I got books on deck too.
Where
So
can
you
they
can inbox.
Where can they inbox you at?
MEANA_PNC. Right there. Yeah. Right there. So, but yeah, that's with the book. And what else? What was the last thing?
I just wanted to know what
and the podcast. Yeah. Yeah, we podcast. I podcast. I co-host with a brother by the name of Gas. It's called No Rap Cap Podcast. And we urban, you know what I'm saying? We
talk unfiltered like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
They kind of give you the me and Slam, because Slam is the Gas and I would be more MEANA. Like me and MEANA are both unfiltered, but we are like, you know what I'm saying? We a lot of times it's not going to be street what we saying. A lot of times it's just going to, we're going to go from a different angle. But him and Gas, Slam and Gas, they going to give you raw. I'm talking about fully raw and uncut.
If I speak to people to my full capacity of my knowledge, my book knowledge, motherfuckers act like I'm
be over their head. Yeah,
so all right, I'm about to come back to where I was here before. I was you before, my nigga. Right. I just had the best of both worlds.
You just so aggressive, Slam.
Listen, I just told you I was a Callio kid in the Thalia coat way, my nigga. Right. I seen the worst. We never had a king in our project.
That's when they mean it. When them niggas do this, they mean it. It's serious now. When they start delivering pizza, they mean it.
You want me to sugarcoat it?
No, you
put some salt on.
My pa told me don't sugarcoat nothing, because all you're gonna get is diabetes.
Right, real talk. Man, so but that's what I got going on, bro. Podcasting. I sell life insurance, bro. I got T-shirts and hoodies and things of that nature.
It makes so much sense that you also sell life insurance. Like, he's trying to help niggas out even in death.
Yeah. That's something that I worked with my wife with. I wanted her to get into an entrepreneur mindset. And, I went and got licensed with her. So, she the one who handle all the clerical stuff. But I do all the presentations and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That's just the support,
Just a good dude. You one of them niggas to be like, he's lying. No, he's just a good dude.
But I got a bad, I'm a black man with a nigga in me, bro.
No, that's
and if that's, if you understand, like, meaning, like, I got a side of me that if it come out, you know what I'm saying? If the younger me, people that know me from the younger me will be like, man, no fuck, that nigga fucked up. Yeah. But I've matured a lot, so you see a better version of me, but they still have that little, like they say on the crispy wheat side, you see a little kid, they be like a grown up, and they say, but on the crispy wheat side, and then you get small, well, that kid still live in me. You know what I'm saying? And if it calls for him to come out, then,
It has to be.
Yeah,
So listen, man, we appreciate having you, bro. Like, you are not just in our eyes, but factually a legend.
Thank you, bro.
You have a legendary group. Oh, go ahead. Say what you got to say.
What happened to what was the situation with the third member?
Prime Time was like this. He was like, all right, when I went to college in '94, he made a song called "Thank You, Miss Lily." I'm not on that song. That's Prime and Kango. When I come back home from school, I heard the song and I'm like, I like it, bro. That's when we work. That's why we get the PNC3 album, because we added a third member, because I was like, bro, you good. I like your style. We can add, it's money for all of us. Like, that's Kango cousin, so it was only right. He family. Let's just make it you add to the group, you don't take away from it. So we added it to him, and then he started having his own street problems and issues, and it was more like you holding the group back now.
All right.
So it's like, look, you're gonna either go solo. That's why we put out a few solo albums for prime time, but he stayed in jail. So that's where you get to Tell Me Why that was added on his song just to sell it. Because back then you had to buy the song to buy the album.
Right.
We wasn't selling singles. We were selling the whole album to buy, for one song you got to buy the whole album.
Right.
So we put Tell Me Why with Kango and Miss T on primetime album to help sell that project.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but he was getting in so much street trouble that it's starting to cause us as the rap group, hindrance on when we go to shows. What the other one at? Ooh, I thought y'all had 3.
Yeah. And that was the thought.
Yeah. So it was just like, look, bro, we're going to go back to 2 members and you're going to have to do solo because you fucking up our money right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went.
All right.
Well, bro, we appreciate having you. You got to come back because we got to have a full bounce discussion.
Yeah, you bounced all around that.
I didn't bounce around it.
You bounced around that. You bounced around that.
All right, so listen, Bodie, can you give us another 15 minutes?
No, Bodie, I'm gonna come back.
I was about to say, because you
I'm gonna come back.
We can get
I'm just saying.
50,
I'm just saying.
bro.
He bounced around it. We had a lot of time to talk about it. He got away from that, man.
I just was sitting here just talking, brother. Another thing too.
I understand how that
when we
goes.
set the time, like some people they talk and you got to lead the conversation. With you know what you're doing, so just ask a question and you just give us so much information to where and there's no disrespect to what I'm about to say, but it's the honest truth. Sometimes other things have to take a back seat, and I just think that conversation could take a back seat today
for the stuff
what
we was talking
about.
That's real. I can agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like your book
agree.
and the knowledge you was given. Right. I just think that is one of those things where it's a debate.
Right.
It's
I'm just it's opinions. That's all it's about. No right or wrong in it.
What you were saying, I don't want to interrupt that for us to debate on something that me and you have on the phone already had these debates.
Yeah, right.
So now coming back, I think we can have this conversation. I think it'll be dope to have a conversation with you coming back and a few bounce artists.
Yeah. Right.
Like I think that'll be fire.
Right.
You set it up. You set it up. Man. You the setup, man. I already told you that.
You had a roll of
I know I was getting set up for something, bro. I know I was getting set up for something.
I had to turn it up. But listen, man, before we leave out, we just always, I give everybody the opportunity to say one thing to the audience. Whatever you want to say, I don't care what it is. I don't care who you're talking to. Whatever it is, just deliver your message to the audience. And we do it like that.
Well, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting us the last 30 plus years, you know what I'm saying? Because without y'all wouldn't be no us, you know what I'm saying? I'm a blessed man to be in the situation that I am, for to have so much support for so long. And I just want to thank everybody that ever supported me in any form, any fashion. Appreciate y'all.
Beautiful.
Yes, nah, I just want to say I appreciate you coming in. You gave me insight for kids like me that now understand what's going on, bro. And listen, it was a delight.
Thank you.
And what else you want to tell them?
Buy some bundles for your old lady.
Exactly. I want to say this, man. I just want to say this to everybody watching. This episode right here shows you that, like he said earlier, it's enough money for everybody. He has a podcast. We do what we doing over here, but it's not too much. And I've been over there. I wasn't there when he was there, but
you went there. Yeah.
I went there and did this. He came and did this one. It's enough for everybody. You don't have to be. They make competition. Right. Everybody's not in competition. Sometimes when you work together, it's easier.
Right.
You can get to a goal faster.
Right.
You use a lot less energy when it's a relay race.
Right.
I just want to say that to everybody watching.
Real talk.
I appreciate y'all for paying attention. This was episode 8 with my brother. I appreciate it.
10.
What did I say 8 before?
Yeah,
did I say 8 before? Because I see the 8 in my head, man. I got a lot of shit going on. Fuck. But we thank y'all for being here, Mr. MEANA. Thank you again, brother. Appreciate you. This is episode 10. Go ahead. You press it.
I needed to hit it one time, bro. I got that beat break.
Shout out to Bodie. Shout out to Slam. If it wasn't for them, I would not be who I am.
Shout out to Bodie and Slam.
Episode 10, Street Talk, UD.